Thank you for joining me today. Have you been triggered this week? A trigger is any word, person, event, or experience that spurs an immediate emotional reaction. Triggers can be both negative and positive depending on what direction they take after you're triggered. We can have this volatile, negative reaction or a positive, healthy response. So we want to practice good response strategies so that when we're triggered, we will do as Paul says in Colossians 4 verse 6. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Wow, that's hard sometimes, isn't it? So when that angry person, that thoughtless person says something that pushes your buttons, how hard is it for you to know how to respond with words and with actions that are full of grace? It's really hard, isn't it? And when you're disappointed in some situation or some circumstance that you're in, things are just not going your way, are you able to speak and to act in positive, healthy ways? Sometimes it's really challenging. Well, today I want to share with you 5 things to consider when you are triggered. And these hopefully will help you to learn to respond instead of react. The goal with these 5 steps is to practice them so that they can become your automatic response mode when you are triggered. So you ready? Here we go. When you are triggered, the first thing to do is press pause, even for a few seconds. Take no action, say no words, just pause, stop. Number 2, take a breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. If there's time, breathe in for 4 seconds and hold it for 5 and then slowly release for 6 seconds. But if there's no time to do that, just take a quick in the nose and out of the mouth breath. The next 3 choices have to do with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So number 3, think the right thoughts. You do this by asking yourself the right question. What do I want the result to be on the other side of this circumstance? What's the ultimate goal here? And hopefully it's to remain in a positive relationship with someone, or to be a Christ-like example, or to demonstrate peace and calm and thoughtfulness. In step 3, think on the other side of the situation. Next, say the right words. Our speech is supposed to be full of grace and seasoned with salt, and that means we have some words that just won't fit that description. Sometimes we just don't have the right words. So here are some things you might say. Thanks for sharing your ideas. I'll get back to you, or I'm sorry I offended you, or sometimes just use humor to relieve the situation. But when in doubt, simply say something as benign as, "Isn't that interesting?" And then that leads us to the final step, action. Do the right actions. Move toward the goal of grace and peace in your actions. Your body language, those actions should reflect composure under pressure. To be prepared when triggered by a person, practice having this exit plan for these uncomfortable situations so that you can leave the situation in a logical way. You might say, I really need to check on my children now, or I'm going to be late for an appointment, or I need to make a phone call, or I'll let you get back to doing what you were doing. Or sometimes you can just kindly touch someone or hug them if appropriate, and then leave, move away. But when triggered by a circumstance, take some actions there too that will prevent you from emotionally spiraling. Instead, spiral up by dealing with the situation in a reasonable way and then leave it in the past and move forward. I too get triggered when things don't go my way, and when plans get changed, and when someone says something that's hurtful, and sometimes I respond well and sometimes I don't. But I have found that when I really practice these steps and implement them, I'm better equipped to show grace and peace when I'm triggered. We want to be so familiar with this technique that these 5 steps become our automatic response mode when we are triggered. And the reason is because our response when triggered will reveal the direction of our lives. We're either moving toward healthy, reasoned responses, or we're stuck in a pattern of unhealthy emotional reactions. Let's practice these strategies so they will result in automatic responses. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and please give it a like if you enjoyed it and make a comment, and I'll see you next time.